So hello and good afternoon everyone for joining us today in today's session of Bullows webinar, which we are going to conduct weekly on every Friday at 3 p.m. Now there have been two seminars as of now. First was for our ceramic industry where we covered various aspects about our Bullows spray guns, which we have been using in ceramic glaze coating application. And the second webinar last week, we had conducted for agricultural implements industry using Bullows automatic spray guns, manual spray guns, as well as auto solutions. So for this week, we are going to go ahead with a new topic. And for this session, we are going to cover an industry which not many of you might have been known that is applicable to Bullows as well. Now, Bullows primarily deals for painting equipment, but equipment are designed in such a way that it is cross-compatible with other industries as well. And one of those industries is adhesive/glue dispensing and spraying. So we are going to cover this section today. Now, first we'll just understand what in the basic sense is glue or adhesive dispensing and spraying. So when we mean by dispensing, what we consider is storing the adhesive in a pressurized container, just like the one we have in our product range. So when the adhesive is filled in the tank and we have given external pressure to it, which is normal operating pressure of around 2 to 3 bars, the air inside the tank pushes the adhesive, which is a thick viscous, out from the outlet and to the spray gun. Now, why the tank system is used for adhesive dispensing is because in normal conditions, if you're using a system, say for example, a pump-based system, then there might be a chance of wear and tear as well as clogging issue in the pump. And there's also frequent maintenance for pump. But this is totally eliminated by using a pressure-fed container system. So that's why it is a preferred and trusted choice for that. Now, next from the dispensing section goes to the output and where the spraying section happens. Now, spraying section, as we all know, it is the principal working is the same by using for paint as well, which is atomizing the fluid into fine particles so that it is evenly spread across the component. Now, why do we want spraying and not just using a normal brush or other applicators? The thing is that when using spraying, we get two advantages. One is that a large area of section is covered in small amounts of time. And second is there is minimal adhesive wastage when using spray solutions. And there is also uniform coverage and the glue gets evenly spread because there's a fine layer of glue which you can use for sticking. In many applications, if you use a brush or other applicators, there's high chance that the more glue will be deposited on the component than required. And then you would have to remove it, the excess using a squeegee or other applicators. Thus, the time is also increased there using brush and well as material is used more. So that's why we use adhesive spraying. Now in spraying, we have multiple options available. If the application is suitable for manual spray gun using an operator, then we have two specific models in our product basket, which is Bullows 230 and Bullows TLPF, which you can see in the image in front. The red one is Bullows 230 and the silver one is Bullows TLPF. Both are pressure-fed type of spray guns. But we also have in our range automatic range of spray guns, which are also compatible for this adhesive dispensing and spraying, which we'll cover in the next slides. Now, first of all, let's just grasp the idea about the market share as well as the growth potential for this particular segment in India. As you can see, as of 2025, the Indian dispensing and spraying market for adhesive is close to around 1.2 billion, covering all the major industries in India, right? We will get into detail what the particular industries are later on. Now, the 1.2 billion is targeted and projected to grow at around 1.8 billion by the year 2030. And as you know, it's just 2025. So even in just 5 years, the growth potential is extremely high. And as of today, in the Asia Pacific sector only, 40% of the market of Asia is covered in India itself. And of those 40%, the major segment is due to automobile industry as well as the packaging industry, which take a major share there. Now, many of you have been using our guns and have been known to use our guns for just painting and other applications. But there is a huge potential for adhesive dispensing and spraying market, which is been used in the market, but it is largely untapped. So there's huge potential that you can push through your industrial sectors in your particular geographical region and look for companies as well as customers there where you can look up and try to pitch our products there. And for that, we'll support totally 100% in that endeavor. Now, what kind of major adhesives there are? We will not go too deep technically in these aspects, but there are only a couple of major types of adhesive and also a couple of small, big players here. Some are Indian as well as some are outside of Indian companies. Now, most of your names you might be knowing, like Henkel or Pidilite or uh, Sikha, and as well as Anavon. So these are companies which have been has a large concentration in the Indian market, and all the industries which are using glue dispensing, there's a high 60 to 70% chance that the adhesive is manufactured by these companies. And the types of adhesives which you can see in detail are there are some for polyurethane based, there are some hot type adhesives, some are silicone based, and some are PVA based. But the most commonly used is polyurethane and silicone based. There's also some special types of adhesives which are UV curable, which is used in footwear industry, which we'll cover later on. Now we will look into the adhesive sector by which industries cover the market share the most. So as you can see, there are a couple of major target industries. The bigger ones are the top four, which is mentioned here, which is the automobile sector, the packaging segment sector, which consists of paper industry, cardboard industry, as well as there's some electronics application industry as well, and in the building and construction equipment. There's also other industries which utilizes adhesive, like there's woodworking and furniture. The market share in India is 8 to 10% low at the moment. Then there's for spraying, they use brush and other applicators, but for spraying particularly, it is at the lower end because there's not much been more automation in that sector in India compared to foreign countries. There's also the most known footwear and leather industry. There's some minor use in healthcare at present moment and around aerospace and geotextiles. So in aerospace particularly, there has been huge amount of success and growth in India in recent years. And that's why you can say that aerospace industry has been going up around 10 to 15%. And all of these major sectors collectively drive up to 85% of all the adhesive which is used in India. From the table above, multiple adhesives are used for multiple different applications. So a glue used for airplane co-bonding and panel bonding will be different than the one used from the shoe sole industry. And that would be a different from the one used in the paper bag industry. Now let's see the major players there, and particularly in the automobile sector, we'll look at two major product segments where the adhesive spraying and dispensing is used. As you can imagine, the first is primarily the dashboard and interior panels, which are plastic molded components. As you can see in many of the high-end luxury cars, there's Alcantara or other type of similar velvet material trimming is stick inside the car that is that is used there to give a premium finish to the car interiors, which is called also soft touch finish. And for that reason, there's also leather is also used. And in both Alcantara and leather sticking application on the dashboard as well as interior parts of the car, glue spraying adhesive application is used during the component manufacturing process. The primary type of glue used there is polyurethane based. For that, we have both manual as well as auto spray gun models available. These are majorly auto ancillaries which primarily use this equipment, since major automobile manufacturers have their own range of suppliers who manufacture each and every product individually separate. The second application in automobile industry, which also is particularly known, is the carpet industry. Just like there's Alcantara or leather finish sticking on the dashboard and other top headliner parts, there's carpet at the bottom of the car, which also gives it a luxury feel. And for this, also, we have the same glue spraying application. The type of glue used for the carpet specifically is a silicone based or polyurethane based. In many of the industries, there's automation, but at still in many industries, there's manual working is done here for carpet sticking in the automobile sector. Now, when I say automobile, we can have small hatchback cars to big industrial trucks as well as commercial bus segment is also considered in the same. Since you have seen many luxury buses like Volvo and everything, they have their good quality carpets there. And to make sure that the carpet doesn't stick out or remove afterwards after use by people, they need to do a proper adhesive spraying application. So there are also many other applications in automobile sector, but these two interior panels as well as the carpet and headliner, these are the two major which use the adhesive segment. Next, we'll cover the electronic segment. Now, in electronic segment, the type of spraying which is called conformal coating. Now, as I said above, there's an adhesive which is slightly different, which is UV curable adhesive. So on the circuit boards of electronics, say from smartphones or everything, there's a sort of conformal coating done on this, which is also a type of glue, which is used to protect the component as well. And after the glue is sprayed, to harden the glue, there's ultraviolet light is used to cure and harden the adhesive. For this particular application, many of the industries they are using automatic spray gun. And from our range, we have Bullows BA403 and Bullows EcoSmart range of automatic spray guns, which comply to this application. Next, we'll see the packaging industry. Now, packaging industry, when I mean it, there are 2 to 3 main categories here. One is the actual paper bag, which are used nowadays due to environmental concerns. Many of the companies and retail outlets are switching from plastic to paper bags for eco-friendly reasons. So that is one of the application. And the second is the cardboard carton boxes industry, as well as some slight used in the labeling industry for products like bottles and other aspects. Now, we also have a customer in North India who manufactures paper bag making machines. So like the one you see in the photo right there, this machine is where you put a paper roll, big paper roll at one end, and finished paper bags, which are glued, sprayed, uh, bent, as well as threads and everything is aligned there. And finished paper bags comes out of the machine. Now this machine has a section where they implement Bullows pressure fit tanks inside the machine to store and dispense the adhesive. So for paper bag industry, what we are trying to do is to pitch to these industries and companies who manufactures these paper bag making machines. So in every machine, 1 to 2 tank of multiple capacities can be integrated for storing and dispensing adhesives. As you can see in the images below, these are some of the tanks which we have given to these companies for integrating into their system. Similar tank system is as well as automatic spray gun system is given in the cardboard industry also, where they manufacture big cardboard boxes for all different types of items, say from a smartphone to big LCDs as well as refrigerators. So all the cardboard boxes are assembled using adhesive dispensing and sticking together. For this, our tanks is our primary product there, which will work extremely well. And it is a proven concept which we need to push further. Next, let's talk about the aerospace industry. As I said, it's been growing ever now due to a recent boom in India's aviation sector as well as in the aviation defense sector. Now, what many of you might have been not known that the major of the aircraft components for aerodynamic reason as well as weight saving reasons. Many of you might be thinking that it is bolted on or using nuts and bolts or rivets or welded. So there are aspects of those as well, but many of the parts are also chemically bonded and sticking together using a special type of adhesive, which is again dispensed through a pressurized tank system and sprayed on with a manual or automatic type of spray gun, as you can see here. Now, these are highly specialized adhesives which are made from for particular make of model of airplane as well as particular company, and it is a highly guarded secret from their side. But one thing is for sure that our solutions work absolutely perfectly well in these applications. The type of it is a bonding is a composite bonding, and for that, the type of adhesive they are used is an epoxy type of structural adhesive, which is which is a strong adhesive, which is doesn't have the effects of and which doesn't have environmental effects on the panels. There's also polysulfide sealant type of adhesive, which is used for other structural integrity parts. Now, this is the industry which is very familiar with everyone, which is the woodworking or furniture industry. There's also, as you all know, glue is used in woodworking and application industry during for plywoods, for laminates, as well as sticking together furnitures and everything. But now more and more people are shifting from manual glue sticking to spray solution for the same added advantage of reducing your material consumption as well as even spraying of adhesive to to get a uniform sticking surface for panels. The type of adhesive used here are PVA type of adhesive as well as a urea formaldehyde type of adhesive. Both are used for different applications, like from laminates to normal hardwood bonding. Next, we have the footwear industry. As you all know, footwear is an ever-growing industry in India. And since more and more people are buying more footwear, there's an ever-growing need for automation as well as even increasing from manual brush to auto spraying or manual spraying solutions, adhesive spraying solutions for the footwear industry. So there are different parts of footwear. There's bottom sole, there's midsole, as well as there is upper leather part. And in all of these cases, a special type of heat curing adhesive is used there, wherein the glue is sprayed on the surfaces, sticking together, and then it is kept in a hot, low temperature oven type of space where the glue cures and then hardens itself. So it hardens similarly like the UV, but here it is heat is required for the hardening of the adhesive, and in that scenario there was ultraviolet light. So in this application also there are many big footwear manufacturers who are shifting their industry from of adhesive spraying from manual to auto, or even though they are using manual, they are shifting from normal brush to spray gun type of solutions. And the dispensing as usual will be done through a pressurized container, which eliminates all the choking and other issues regarding wear and tear. So this is also an industry where we must push and reach ahead to capture the market. Since it is very much at the beginning, we can go ahead with this. Now, next is a type of application which not many of you might have been known, and that is adhesive spraying on metal roofs. Now, you might have seen there's sort of many application where the operator coats the upper surface of the roof to resist the heat, and also it is used for anti-rust properties as well. So that was one thing, but recently there has been a new innovation wherein what we have is a heat resistant foam or lamination type of layer, and that layer is sticked on the normal painted metal roof. Now what this does is provides the same qualities as that heat resistant paint spraying on the roof, but this one works much better, and is also increases the quality and durability of the product as well. And for this particular metal roof application, we have given to multiple companies pressure feed container as well as an auto gun conveyorized system, as you can see in the image above, wherein you can see there are three highly specialized containers, each are 100 liters each. Both of them, first two containers have adhesive stored inside them, and the last one is a solvent container, which is used for flushing clean the system after its use. Now, you might be thinking why there are two containers, and that is because when one container, since it is a pressurized system, when it gets the solution goes below a certain level, the adhesive, then you have to depressurize the system, then unclamp the clamps, remove the lid, and then you have to top up the container with the adhesive. Now, this takes some time, and during which the production is halted. So that's why we integrated a second tank into the system, wherein when the first tank goes to low, the second tank is automatically switched on, the production line continues, and while the second tank is in use, the operator can top up the first tank with the adhesive. This particular system is available both in automatic as well as manual. The photo which you're seeing here is of automatic system with a PLC based controller there, wherein the system was connected to a roller conveyor system with our Bullows EcoSmart automatic spray guns integrated. So whenever the roofs were coming into the conveyor, the sensor detected it, and then the spraying of adhesive was done. Now, as you can see, there are multiple components. There's on the top of the tank, you can say there's electric motors are also attached. Now that is done because the tanks are quite big, around 100 to 150, 200 liters of tanks are there. And the adhesive, when you're quite storing there, the viscosity changes because it is a special type of adhesive they are using. And for that, they required continuous agitation to so the solution adhesive is in proper viscosity as well as in temperature range. There's also a three-way solenoid ball valve, two of them attached at the back side, which you can see here by the numbers C as well as by the number C. Now that is done, which the system has a remote switch. The operator has a remote switch near the system where he can change the system from tank 1 to tank 2 or from tank 1 to the flushing solvent system to clean the system after the shift ends. Now we'll see a video of this particular system in action. So this is our system. We have our EcoSmart automatic spray gun, which is integrated using a reciprocator. Below there, we have the metal roof. And as you can see, as the roof moves in front, the adhesive is spraying and all the roof is getting coated by this special adhesive with a uniform coating. Now we had discussed with the customer and had modified the spray gun to only spray the required amount of glue on the roof. So there's no excess glue spraying on the roof, which will lead to material wastage as well as droplet issue. Huh. Now, along with that, we also have another video, which I will just show you. So this is another video. Now this system is a manual system compared to the auto system which we had in the previous video. Herein, the operator is using Bullows pressure feed spray gun to manually spray the glue on the metal roof, and then it is manually inserted into the roller conveyor for sticking of the lamination, heat resistant lamination. So I will just play the video. So we have Bullows 230 pressure feed spray gun, and the feeding of the gun, as you can see from the back, is through a pressure feed container. The operation is totally easy. It is just plug and play type of system, and there's even coating of the adhesive by the operator on the roofs. This is the roller conveyor where the roof with the adhesive will be inserted, and on the top, just like the paper bag machine, we have a laminated heat resistant material which will be stick on the roof. As the roller moves ahead with the conveyor, there's special shaped rollers there which tightens as well as properly ensures that the lamination is properly sticking to the roof. These roofs are extremely good because once installed, there's hardly heat transfer from outside to the inside of the workshop. So more and more companies are switching to these types of roofs for their new product and expansion. So as you can see, the roof which the glue had been sprayed on is manually inserted into the roller conveyor. The machine is then started by the operator. This is a totally manual system. And now we have the lamination layer sticking step by step to the conveyor, to the roof. Now, because the glue was sprayed by a spray gun instead of putting a manual brush, there's hardly glue spillage from the sides. So only the required amount of glue is sprayed on the roof. This both saves the time as well as adhesive material of the company. So this is a new and emerging market which is not yet tapped by many of the companies, and it has a nice scope wherein we can go ahead with both manual system as well as auto system. Now we will go ahead and just round up about what products in the product range we have for this application. Like I said, we have spray guns, the manual spray guns model 230 as well as TLPF, as well as automatic spray guns like EcoSmart. Then in the tank system, we have pressure fit tanks. Based on the different adhesive used, we have MS as well as in SS configuration. And the available sizes start from 9 liters, 22 liters, 45, 60, 90, up to 100 and even 200 and above in customized solution application. So whatever the adhesive dispensing need is there, we have a tank solution for those. Now in automatic painting systems, we also, along with our product, do integrated automation projects as well for this application. Just one second. We also do automation adhesive spraying projects as well. Just like we see in the roof application, we provide auto as well as manual. And in many of the cases, the adhesive spraying where it is done, there's some slight overspray done of the adhesive. And in many cases, like the aircraft industry, the adhesive has some special components inside them, which can be hazardous if inhaled. And in such cases, the adhesive spraying is done in a specialized booth. Now, our paint booth can be are worked in a similar way and are compatible for this adhesive spraying applications, wherein instead of capturing the overspray of the paint, these paint booths will capture the overspray of the adhesive in a special filters. And in that particular application, like in the aero industry, the painting booth is a must and works with all the compliance norms of the industries. Next, for your understanding, you also have a proper table wherein all the major industries which we have covered are mentioned here, along with their product application, the type of adhesive used, as well as which Bullows product is most suitable for this application. So you can just have a look at it, and this PDF will also be available to all to view. And that's it for today's seminar. Hope you learned a lot in this seminar. Like I said, this is a new and emerging market where there's a lot of scope. We can push ahead with this. And most of our spray painting equipment are designed in such a way that without any modification, these work flawlessly. From spray guns to tanks to even the painting booth solutions are totally compatible with this new adhesive dispensing and spraying application. So hope you had a good time and learned a lot in this webinar. In the next webinar, we'll again meet on next Friday on a totally new topic to cover another industry and give you more information regarding it. And as usual, if you require any uh, material, collateral material like photos, videos for this application as well as for any other industry as well, you can check our website or get in contact with us, and we'll be glad to help you for it. Now, if you anyone has any questions regarding this webinar, I will just enable mic for everyone, and you can just ask your questions. As well as later on, if you have any questions later on, you can just contact us anytime, and we will have a one-to-one call and discuss individual questions there. Okay, so if nobody has any questions, we will conclude today's session, and we will meet again next week on another interesting topic covering Bullows range of products in that particular industry. So again, thank you so much everyone for joining, and hope you have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. You too, so bye.